Warm greetings from India and a lovely hello to all the global audience who are watching us live today on Global Talk Show Share Your Life Story Experience by none other than Business Power Academy, Netherlands. And today we have a very special guest, very intellectual and very great friend of mine, Maria Alicia Maldonado. Welcome, Maria, to our show.
Thank you very much. And thank you for this invitation. I consider this a great opportunity for me to connect with people from all over the world, as I know you have a wide audience.
Thank you so much, Maria. Before I take a deep learning, inspirational journey with Maria, let me apprise her. She is a teacher of English, graduated from ISPN Degree 8, a public teacher education program, licentiate in English linguistics from Universidad Nacional del Litoral, Argentina, and holds the IPA certificate of proficiency in the phonetics of English from University College, London, UK. And she is awarded with various multinational companies awards, or you can say about so many accolades, which makes her shine and bright in her career. And if I talk about the language queen, I can say she is Maria. So let's start our journey with Maria. And here we go with my first question. Maria, we know about you, your interest in language. As a language queen, I said to you, but still, I want to know your journey from you.
Okay. Well, I've always spoken English because my granny was Scottish. So I could be said to be bilingual. I was educated at home in Spanish because I live in Argentina. But every time I connected with my granny, we used to speak in English. And maybe because I loved her and because I loved the stories she told me, I started loving English as well. As regards education, I've always been interested in helping my friends with their problems at school. And then I considered that being able to teach properly could help our work to improve and to be better. And so I started studying my teacher education program. I graduated very young. I was 21. And since then, I never stopped teaching. And since I love teaching, and I'm responsible for that, I'm a passionate teacher, I've always kept studying as well. That is why I went on with linguistics and with phonetics, because I consider that I had to improve my language so as to be able to help others to improve theirs. I had the opportunity to travel, but not all my students had that opportunity. So I had to give them the means to improve their pronunciation and their communication skills. And well, and that is, I started teaching at all levels, because I taught in rural schools and in bilingual schools, very rich schools and very poor schools. And so I had the taste of teaching everywhere. And then my last 20 years teaching were at the teacher education program, where I was able to receive the students in the first course, in the first year, and I accompanied them till they graduated, because I taught subjects in all the years.
Yes.
And that is what made me feel great, because I could see the development and improvement of my students until they became my colleagues.
Wow. That's really a marvelous journey which you have told. And Maria, this is really, really great inspirational to all the people who are want have to great flourish. They want to flourish in English language and especially phonetics. So it's really an inspirational journey of yours. Well, Maria, in your life, so many challenges. I'm sure it came in everybody's life. So, what type of challenges were there in your life, and how you have tackled those challenges? Can you please enlighten us?
Well, okay. I graduated very young, and I got married very young, so I was a very young mother. And one of my daughters had a health problem that luckily it has been overcome. But I had to travel a lot. I had to live very far away from my family. So I had to be the master of my life. Luckily, I had, and I still have, we are going to celebrate our 45th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
A great partner who really has pushed me up all the time. Because when I got married, I had been brought up to be a mother and a housewife. And my husband told me, no, who will bear with you if you stay home all day with everything you have done to improve your knowledge and everything you have studied? And so I really doubted, but I will never end thanking him for that, because that was really a eureka moment, deciding to go on working, because mothers can give quality time to children. We don't need to be all the time with them. It is enough to be the good time with our kids. And if we really do what we love doing, I think we can educate our children better. And now my children are women, because there are 3 women. 2 of them are lawyers.
Wow.
And one is a dentist. And they are free. They develop professionally. My eldest daughter has 3 kids, and she can manage with everything. And so I say, well, I was right.
Wow.
I educated them right.
Superb. And Maria, one thing really touched my heart, that is education. When you will give a proper upbringing, education to your children, they will come with a flourished knowledge and with a brighter future. That gives really parents a lot of happiness which can't be measured, and it's really can be reflected in your eyes, on your face, and of course the way you said about your journey, your upbringing. So that's really count a lot. Well,
yes, sure.
We are moving towards your journey, and my next question coming is that when in your time it was like an awakening moment, aha moment, you can say, yes, this was my awakening moment. Yeah.
Well, I could say that I didn't have only one, because my life is quite long. But the first one was when I really made up my mind to be a teacher. And the second one was when I decided that I could share my knowledge with my colleagues. And so I took the plunge and started developing workshops and making presentations. And The other one was when, because I became more better known, I was hired by a publishing company for writing a series of books for teaching English as a foreign language.
Wow.
And it was really a challenge because I had very short time to complete the task. But it was a success.
Mhm.
And then I could write another series and then still another one. And there I could put my personal input in preparing all the texts that were for reading,
Wow.
but based on social and emotional learning. Because I consider that if we are well educated and we are empathetic, the world will change and we
Definitely.
can be better people.
Very true.
And education, we have a lot of time with our students. And so having that time, it's a pity if we don't take advantage of the sharing experiences for helping them to develop their own personal characteristics, but developing skills for positive interaction, for respecting others, yes, and for developing their own critical thinking and reflective thinking, which is so important, because if we start looking inside ourselves, we are going to improve, and surely the context in which we move will improve as well.
Wow. Maria, I don't have any words to describe the versatility of your personality when you are talking about how we can improve. And one thing I really liked it when you said your aha moment, so many. And one was of when you started making presentation, working for your dreams. So that's really great. And it's true. When you work for your dreams, your passion, that happiness cannot be measured or cannot be get from anywhere. I truly admire this lovely journey. Wow. Well, in your background, I can see a lot of books, and I am sure you're a very, very authentic reading. You have a lot of passion for reading. And your subject, if I talk about phonetics, English language, so can you throw some light about phonetics, phonology, what actually it is?
Well, and phonetics is actually the description of individual sounds in the language, which in fact is an ideal description because the sounds as they are described don't exist.
Okay.
We always connect, sorry, we connect the sounds, and that influence changes the quality of the sound. Nevertheless, it is useful for us to help our students develop accuracy as regards articulation and production of the sound. For me, it is more important phonology, which is the actual description of real language, which is what we produce. And I use that again for helping students understand that the words we pronounce are important, but the way in which we pronounce the words is much more important.
Very true.
The same set of words can mean absolutely different things according to the intonation we put to them and according to the pace in which we speak. And so I love working with that, and I love using that knowledge for telling stories for kids, for example, to get them engaged, to help them to repeat certain parts and become part of the story while they are listening to it. So that is something I love doing. It's one of my best parts of English I like.
Wow. And regarding you told about the phonology, that's really true. Articulation. When you produce certain words, it has different meanings if you are pronounced wrong. And that's what we saw in a voice and accent training too. This subject is occupying a very important role. I do remember, Maria, when I was undergoing voice and accent training, and when they will tell me to pronounce z, l, a, ra, and I used to make lot of mistakes. But now, when I see and when I I'm in speaking course, speaking profession, and now I see the importance of phonology is really important in your English language. Without phonetics, without phonology knowledge, you can't flourish in English language. And of course, if you're a public speaker, that plays a great role. So I must salute you for this wonderful subject that is phonetics, phonology, and you are doing a great job in educating people. Because when you're educating a people, you are educating a full family, and a full family educating a full nation. So great respect to you, Maria, and to your great work. I really admire and really happy from the bottom core of my heart. And of course, Maria, our live audience who are watching us live, I will say to everyone and request, if you really want to improve your phonology, phonetics, please contact Maria. She can guide you, she can train you, and you can have your life very great. So thank you so much, Maria. Well, we are moving to our journey and near the end, but it's the beginning always. And I would like to know, what message would you like to give to your audience?
Well, in fact, we are born to be happy, to succeed in life, and success is being happy.
Great.
Trust your inner self, try to develop it, and be sincere, and don't take other people's corrections unless they are meant to help you to improve, because many times we are afraid of what others will say, and we don't go ahead, and each one of us moves in our own way. And another thing is that if education really is developed correctly everywhere, each teacher in his or her own place can do very little things, but the things we do ripple, as you said. We educate families and contexts in which we live, and every time we can give our message, every time, instead of speaking as teachers, give the foot to our students for them to reflect and to develop their own thinking frame. Of course, asking them the necessary questions for them to go on thinking. Yes, I think that educationists have the great opportunity to improve the world, and we have to stick to it, no matter the difficulties we face, because everywhere in the world we have to face difficulties. Sometimes they say that adolescents are difficult. I would say that relations in general are difficult, and we have to learn to interact according to our interactants. And that is the great challenge and the best achievement a teacher can have.
Wow. And I think you're the best teacher who have enlightened the world with your positivity, with your knowledge today on this global talk show platform. and your mission, which you have told about educating people, enlightening their life, and spreading the positivity, because through education, you can spread positivity in anybody's life. So really, Maria, thank you so much for coming to our global talk show and sparing your precious time with us, educating us and telling so many great things about phonetics, which even I was unaware of few terminologies and knowledge. So thank you once again for coming over here. Thank you.
Thank you for the invitation. I'm really honored for this.
Thank you so much. And once again, I thank all my viewers, all the live audience who are watching us globally. Thank you so much for your positive responses across the globe. And we are waiting for some more surprises. So that stay tuned, stay happy, hail and hearty. Take care. Good night.
Good night.